Will you lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. First item on the agenda is to approve our agenda.
Move. Second.
Motion by Weiss, second by Dennert. So in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next, we'll open the meeting up for any public comment. Does anyone like to address the commission this morning on any issue that's not on the agenda?
Yeah, I got something. For one, thank you guys again for taking time to listen to us. I know coming up that moratorium's supposed to come off, and just urge you guys to keep thinking about extending that, especially until through the permit process and everything at the bare minimum, just for the fact that I feel if you take it off, it's gonna look like you guys are in favor of that somehow. And all these guidelines and safety things are still being kinda figured out through FENS and all that stuff, so just keep it on as a good thing. I see no reason to take it off, just urge you to that. I'm sure there'll be future meetings about that. And another thing that I have then is kinda for the state's attorney. So these guys, these surveyors sign affidavits saying this stuff and it's all lies. Well, that's perjury then. Like, does the state come after them or the state's attorney go after them? Or do they just get to do that and get swept under the rug and gone then? Because it seems, I mean, if we made a false police report, I'm sure I would be contacted by the state's attorney. There's no doubt in my mind. I just don't understand why nothing maybe is going on with that. I mean, the facts are there. We have all evidence to prove that they lied. And I just kind of wanted to get that out there, and hopefully something keeps rolling there so they don't do this to other people in the community. Because I feel that they're willing to do anything to try to get this pipe forced through, so.
Okay.
I guess that's kinda what I got today, and we'll wait for later on the agenda then.
Okay. Thanks, Jack.
Thank you.
Anyone else out there online or on the phone? Hearing and seeing none, we will move on to bid opening for surplus property.
Notice of sealed bid auction. Notice is hereby given that sealed bids will be received in the chambers of the Brown County Board of Commissioners at the Brown County Courthouse Annex, 25 Market Street, Suite 1, Aberdeen, South Dakota, until the hour of 8:45 on June 13th, 2023. At said time, all placed bids will be publicly opened, read, and considered by the Brown County Board of Commissioners for purchase of property that is situated at 2914 Industrial Avenue, Aberdeen, Brown County, South Dakota. Two bids. I don't think this is for this. Ross? This one. Jay Harris from Oaks, North Dakota for $3,600,000.
Read it.
Not really. Tracy Bice is asking for either partnership on the building or asking if it be signed over to her for the wrongdoings by Aberdeen done against me. Value undetermined, but should be at the Brown County expense.
He just wants her to give her the building.
Yes.
All right. We have one legitimate bid. I would say we ask the state's attorney to review that, to see if there's any fine print in that offer, and then postpone the decision for a week. So we have the opportunity to review and either accept or reject the bid.
So moved.
Motion by Weiss.
Second.
Second by Dennert. Any further discussion?
Mr. Chairman, I'd ask that if the county has any questions about the bid or things that need to be answered, they contact Jay Harris directly. I think Jay's willing to talk to the county about any questions you have.
Okay, will do.
Thank you, Dwayne.
Thanks, Rod. Thanks, Jay.
Thanks.
All right, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you. All right, first reading of ordinance 245, rezone, and ordinance 246, temporary fireworks.
Ordinance 245, application has been made by Stephen Rosso to the Brown County Board of Commissioners for a change of zoning. Hearing to be held in the Commission Chambers Courthouse, Annex, Brown County, South Dakota, on June 13th for the purpose of rezoning the following property from Agriculture Preservation District to Mini Ag District.
Anyone here to speak to ordinance 245? This is first reading only. Entertain a motion to that effect. Motion by Feldheim, second by Gage. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Ordinance 246, notice of hearing of the Brown County Commission regarding amendment to Brown County Ordinance Title IV Temporary Fireworks Ordinance, amending portions of Title IV zoning chapters 4.06 Agriculture Preservation District, chapter 4.14 Highway Commercial District, and 4.15 Light Industrial District.
Anyone here to speak to ordinance 246? Not, I would entertain a motion to approve.
Move.
Motion by Gage,
Second.
second by Feldheim. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next up, Scott Mines, Emergency Management Director, Brown County Awards Program. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning. Full house. You all here to see me?
You're a popular guy.
Yeah, you're full.
I got Chief Deputy Lemke with me this morning also. You also got a copy of the proposed program. Been talking about this for over a year now. We see a lot of good deeds done in our community, both with our employees, our responders, some public, and even some businesses. And I think it's time that we maybe put together a little program to honor some of these folks and businesses. So this is, again, just a proposal for right now, or if you think we want to move ahead, or what your thoughts are, I guess. There's 6 different types of awards that could be handed out, minimal cost to the county. But again, I think we got some good folks working for us, good folks that do good things for us, volunteering and things like that. And again, I think it's time that we look at maybe representing those folks and handing them a pat on the back.
I certainly don't have a problem with it. I mean, the proposal looked pretty simple. Put together a committee to make that decision and take nominations or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Anybody have any problem with it?
Well, since you're the one who gets to serve on it.
I saw that.
For now.
All right, well, I guess
Okay.
continue to pursue it.
Yeah.
Westport has their July 4th celebration as always, and they close that Main Street off, going out towards the dump.
Yep.
That'll be June 24th from 10 a.m. to 6. So if you wouldn't mind taking care of that.
I will
Detail,
get it
let
done.
the fire departments and the police or the
Yep.
sheriff's department know that. Or if I have to
We'll
use
get
an
something
alternate
put out.
route.
No problem. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Scott.
Scott.
All right, next up, approve and authorize chairman to sign the lease agreement with the Aberdeen Amateur Hockey Association. That's been a while coming. Copies in the package. Are there any questions, comments? If not,
Move to have the chair sign.
okay, we have a motion by Feldheim,
Second.
second by Weiss, to authorize signature of the lease with the Aberdeen Amateur Hockey Association. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next up, Dennis Fikert and Freddie Robinson to discuss eminent domain movement. Morning, Dennis.
Coming up, Freddie, or are you gonna sit back and?
I'll stay back there in case you start throwing something.
Thank you. Just wanna start by saying thank you to the commission for, the continued, vigilance on watching this whole pipeline, as they try to proceed. I wanna thank Brandy and Carl too, because they've, really stepped up and, tried to, work on the eminent domain issue. And that's basically why I'm here today, is because, there's a kind of a movement started throughout the counties, the 18 counties that are affected, and the idea or the purpose is gonna be to try to get 2 county commissioners from each one of those counties to join together to try to work with the legislators and to, with the sole goal being eminent domain for private gain, to get rid of that. That there somehow has to be a separation between hazardous pipelines and utilities and those kinds of things. And when you put the for private gain part of it in there, then it opens the whole thing wide open. So anyway, in McPherson County, they passed a resolution last week, and I called my little brother Sid, who's on the county commission up there. He wasn't exactly sure who drafted the resolution. He thinks that Austin Huffman, the state's attorney, did, but I'd hand them out, or hand a copy of that out, and if anybody else I had got 10 copies, anybody else would like a copy. But I think there too would be an excellent opportunity to show the public that the Brown County Commission opposes eminent domain for private gain, and and then another interesting thing is that there's some counties outside, and I think as this thing moves forward now, more towards September, when the PUC has their hearings, I think that there'll be more awareness of people becoming more aware of what's going on with this whole entire thing, and there are other counties that are kind of stepping up and paying attention to the private property. Then that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about the taking of private property. And Ziebach County, which I think everyone knows where it lays out West River, they drafted a letter, and pretty interesting. And if anybody would like a copy, we have copies made. But anyway, so what we'd like is to have 2 county commissioners from Brown County volunteer, if we can keep the momentum going and get 2 county commissioners from each one of the 18 counties that are affected. And I brought up the issue of the fact that we've got a South Dakota Association of County Commissioners, and which I know Dwayne, was chairman, I was chairman way back, and I think those folks need to step up too and be a part of this whole conversation, and maybe they have. I'm not aware. I haven't talked with Chris, so I don't know. But anyway, but if anybody has any questions or anything, I'm not sure where this will all go. I know on the night of the 22nd at 7 o'clock, Han County invited me to come down for this very same reason, trying to get county commissioners, 2 from each county, to make a commitment to work with the legislators to try to get some meaningful eminent domain laws in place.
Sure. So. All right. Do you have any questions of Dennis? Thank you for this information.
I got a couple of comments.
You know, you start out the meeting with a pledge to the flag. This is private property that we're talking about. And if you listen to the pledge, I think that it sheds a little light on this. Secondly, the deal with Jared, all that had to be done was give these two individuals an opportunity to take a polygraph test, and if you flunk it, you go to jail. You know, you're swearing to a document. Things kind of get skipped over, it seems like. And I know you guys are tired of seeing us here for a year, but it's very, very important. We're talking private property. You know, what's mine apparently isn't mine anymore. So, but thank you for the, excuse me, thank you for the work, these, when it rains, it's cold.
Donuts next week.
$5 for the scholarship fund.
Yeah, okay. But anyway, I wanna thank you for all the effort and work that you put in it, and looks like there's gonna be a lot of work down the road yet.
And I'd like to introduce, where did Mike go? Mike Klepfel from McPherson County, who is very much affected by this. I think he's got 4 sections of land and 5 quarters in those 4 sections.
5 and 5.
5 and 5, and so he's really impacted. And I don't know, Mike, if you want to say a few words.
Mr. Chairman, if I could.
You bet.
Thank you. I actually have here the homestead document for the quarter of land that I live on. It wasn't homesteaded by my parents, but another one. There's not a lot of information on these things, just the legal description, and in the middle of it, when it describes how it works, it says this tract of land is devoted to the leaser, Nars Welson, to have and to hold from this day forward, and all the appurtenances thereof, to send to his heirs or assignees forever. That should tell everybody exactly what you need to know. That private property in that time was as important as even a wedding ceremony. That's how much they knew it was important. And we have lost that in this country, and we're depending on you to help us get it back, and we thank you for that effort. McPherson County has agreed to send 2 of their commissioners to help with this coalition of county commissioners, and we encourage you to do the same. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
And again, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Carl, go ahead. You had your hand up.
No, I just wanted to say one thing. I really appreciate these guys, but this is a quote from Thomas Jefferson, and I'm going to give you this quote, and then I'm also going to tell you that on the D3 team, we're all, and that's District 3, we're all interested in working with them in the domain. Brandy is really leading the way. She's doing a lot of things. She's putting herself out there, so she's going to get beat up and picked on, but that's all right. She likes it. And then, right, Brandy? Yeah. Right. Agriculture is our wisest pursuit. Because it will end, it will in the end contribute most to real wealth, good morals, and happiness. Agriculture is what we are all about in South Dakota. And anybody that gets their eye off the ball and thinks that other things are more important, they're wrong. We need to protect our farmers, and I've went out before and said, and I'll say it again, no eminent domain for private cane is a really good theory. It's the thing we need to be doing. That's it.
Thank you. Yes.
Just thank you again for hanging in there, and you know, we're going to get an answer in September, and I think there's probably been a call for statements or something just recently into the PUC too. I think there's a deadline or something, and I'm not completely sure if this resolution it doesn't say that it went to the PUC, but I'm wondering, I forgot to ask Sid this morning if that was sent out to the PUC.
This one's not. They're doing another one that's going to be.
Okay.
And other counties, Ziebach County is taking, and other counties out west are beginning to start drafting these resolutions and getting them into the PUC.
Okay. Commissioner Weiss?
Thank you. I'd just like to add that in addition to scrutinizing and reviewing eminent domain state regulations, also I think it would be prudent, I don't have any specific suggestions at this time, but state regulations that govern trespass ordinances in the state of South Dakota deserve some review as well.
Agreed.
Yep.
Thank you, but anyway, and again, thank you, Brandy and Carl, both for being, and the district, 23 legislators have been very good too. They really have, and others that I think I've run off the top of my head, but anyway, thank you.
Bet. Thanks, Dennis.
Dennis?
Anyone else speak on that issue before we move on? All right, thank you very much. All right, brings us to our consent calendar. Lynn?
Approval of the general meeting minutes for June 6th.
Move. Motion by Weiss.
Second.
Second by Gage. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Claims.
Move. Second. Motion by Dennert, second by Weiss. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
HR report.
Move. Second. Motion by Feldheim, second by Weiss. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Leases.
Move.
Second. Motion by Dennert, second by Weiss. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Claim assignments.
Move. Second.
Motion by Feldheim and Gage, second by Feldheim and Gage. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Abatement.
Move. Motion by Feldheim, second by Weiss. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Lottery permit.
Move. Second.
Motion by Weiss, second by Gage. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Auditor's report of accounts.
Motion by Weiss, second by Dennert. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Fireworks permit.
Move.
Motion by Weiss, second by Gage. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Any other- What's that?
We're not into fire danger yet.
Not quite yet. Any other business come before the Brown County Commission? We decided earlier today that we will be meeting on Thursday, July 6th, because the 4th falls on a Tuesday, so 8:45 on July 6th will be our meeting that week. Anything else to come before the Brown County Commission? Any need for an exec, anything legal? Anything else to come before the Brown County Commission this morning? Hearing and seeing none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move.
Second.
Motion by Dennert, second by Weiss. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We are adjourned.